Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails.
Hello lovies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Gina. On this channel we do upcycling, designer hacks, thrift store makeovers, and thrift store hauls. For this fun project, we're going to take a pink t-shirt, some thrifted sheets, a thrifted curtain, your scissors, and your sewing machine, and let's get started. Here is the pink t-shirt that I started with. The first thing I wanted to do was cut this into a high-low, which is when you cut the front of the shirt or dress or skirt shorter than the back. That was the first thing I did. And then after I cut the bottom, I am going to cut the neckline off and make it a V-neck. You don't have to put a hem around the neckline because the t-shirt fabric doesn't fray, but I took it over to my serger and I just serged it. But you do not have to do that.
She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glow.
Then I took one of my Shabby Chic rose patches that I made. I mean, you can decorate this to whatever you like, your style. I just wanted this to be very feminine and shabby chic. So I used one of the patches I made and I stuck some cardboard underneath so I could pin it down and not pin both sides together to take it over to my sewing machine. If you'd like to know how I make these patches, I have another video that shows that. I will link that below.
A button here seemed just so. With every piece I learned to grow. Life's not perfect, patterns to trace, but beauty hides in a patchwork place.
Now that I took that over to my machine and I stitched on my flower, I am going to take that beautiful sheet that I thrifted. I think it may be actually Shabby Chic. And I am going to cut pieces to insert on the sides because I want to make this like a big loose swing comfy top.
Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight. She said, create when the world feels cold, make something new from the tales you're told. Thread your dreams and stitch them tall, even the smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight.
I know that most people, when they do inserts on the sides, they like to cut a triangle shape fabric and pin that in. I just cut a rectangle because it doesn't matter. I'm going to pin it and sew it, and I just measure how wide it is at the bottom, and I make sure the other side is just as wide. And then when I'm done sewing it, all the extra fabric, I just turn it inside out and cut it out. It just makes it so much easier, no stress. Although I'm playing around with it here, that's because I have a very thin t-shirt fabric. So if you're used to playing with thin t-shirts, you know that like the very edges like to curl up when you cut it. So I'm just making sure that they don't curl up and they're flat, and then I'm going to pin it. Now I'm going to measure the width of the bottom and take that measurement over to the other side so that when I put my insert of fabric on the other side, they're exactly the same. Okay, I took it over to my sewing machine and I stitched both sides together, and now I turned it inside out, and I am just cutting out all that extra fabric on the sides of the stitches that I do not need. I know some people think maybe I waste fabric doing this, but I use every one of my scraps, so to me it's not a waste, and it is so stress-free doing it this way. Okay, this is the part when I ask you, if you're enjoying this video and you'd like to see more of these videos, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, leave me a comment and let me know where are you from that you're watching this video, and if you're going to make this shabby chic top, and if you have a friend that would enjoy this, please share my video. And back to designing it. Now I cut strips of the lace from the curtain, and I am just ruffling it up along the edges of my inserts on the sides. I want to give it a nice feminine look.
Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glowing room. Her voice a thread that spun me whole as I stitched my heart and sewed my soul. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight. A button here seemed just so, with every piece I learned.
Now that I have that all pinned, I'm just going to sew down the triangle here. I'm going to sew down these little ruffles. This is what I have so far. This is what it looks like. I left the long little tails of the ribbon hanging. I thought that would add some more character to it. And now I'm going to cut a bunch of square pieces of lace from my curtain.
Sharp as a knife, grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight. She said, create when the world feels cold, make something new from the tales you're told. Thread your dreams and stitch them tall, even the smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft.
So this is what I have so far. And I'm taking the triangles and I am pinning them along. I'm taking one point on the end and I'm pinning them all along the bottom to create this romantic, fluffy ruffle bottom. I'm doing it all along the bottom. I use blue tape to hold my garments up against the wall when I'm taking photos to show you what I'm doing, because it will not damage the wall or the fabric. So now I am cutting out these circles. I'm showing you on a piece of crochet. So if you cut a circle and then you cut a small circle out of the center of a circle, and then you just clip it open and you sew it onto a fabric, it will make a natural ruffle. It's hard to explain, but if you watch what I'm doing, you will get it. It's really easy to do, and it comes out so good. So now I take my circle and I fold it in half. I really should have folded it in fours. I'm not sure why I did it this way. It's easier when you do it in fours. And you're gonna see what I mean here. So now when you open up your circle, you're just gonna put a little slit in it. And then when you pull it straight, it makes a natural ruffle, which is so pretty the way it falls. And I'm going to put that natural ruffle on my top. Now I'm just cutting a cap sleeve, because this is where I'm going to add those ruffles we just made.
The smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight.
Now I'm just bringing that piece that I cut off from the other side so that I cut the same. Right now I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I realize that. Okay, and I'm just lining it up so this way I cut the exact amount of fabric off.
Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight.
Now I'm cutting out some more circles because I need some more ruffles for my sleeves, and you will see what I meant when I said earlier that you fold it into quarters and then cut it. See, this is what I'm doing. This is the easier way of doing it. I don't know why I didn't do it like that before. And then you just cut that out and you open it up and you have your center piece cut out. Now you just pull the ruffle straight and you sew along that straight line and you get that ruffle. And I just love the way it looks, and it's like the easiest way to do a ruffle if you have enough lace. That's why I always thrift lace curtains, because they're perfect for this.
Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glowing room. Her voice a thread that spun me whole as I stitched my heart and sewed my soul. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under
Make sure you don't pin the two sides of the sleeves together. It's so easy to do that. I've done it before many times.
A button here seemed just so. With every piece I learned to grow. Life's not perfect, patterns to trace, but beauty hides in a patchwork place.
Here's a close-up of what that looks like pinned, and now I'm going to bring it over to my sewing machine and sew it with a zigzag stitch.
Thread your dreams and stitch them tall, even the smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lesson.
And now for the final results.
Creating love under soft moonlight.
I hope I've inspired you.
She said, create when the world feels cold. Make something new from the tales you're told. Thread your dreams and stitch them tall. Even the smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life. Colors dancing
Thanks for
sharp as
watching.
a knife.